Sree Maathrey namaha. With the divine blessings of our Mother Divine Lalita Mahatripur Sundari and Father Divine Lord Mahadeva, we are continuing to discuss the Lalita Sahasranamam. From there, we jumped into the Saundar Lahari. Today, celebrating the Kala Bhairava Jayanthi, we will make an attempt to understand about the genesis of Kala Bhairava and the Saundar Lahari Shlokam connected to Kala Bhairava. Before that, let's offer our prayers to the divine parents and the derived divine forces of our divine parents. Shrikanto Matlo S Janni Sarvamangala Jankaha Shankaro Mahadevaha Tvam Vande Gajananam Vimalapati Kamalakuti Pustakarudrakshasasta Hastapati Kamakshi Pakshmalakshi Kalita Vipanchi Vibhasi Vairinchi Manojavam Marutulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Vrishtam Vatatmajam Vanaruti Mukyam Sri Ramadutam Sirsanamami Asadhya Sadhaka Swamin Asadhyam Tavakim Vada Ramaduta Kripa Sundho Matkaryam Sadaya Prabho जयत्यति बलो रामो लक्ष्मणश्च महाबलः राजा जयति सुग्रीवो राघवेणाभिपालितः दासोऽहं कौसलेन्द्रस्य रामस्य क्लिष्टकर्मणः हनूमान् शत्रुसैन्यानां निहन्ता मारुतात्मजः न रावणसहस्रं मे युद्धे प्रतिफलं भवेत् शिलाभिस्तु प्रहृतपादपैस्तसार्थः अर्धयित्वां पुरीलङ्काम् अभिवाच्य मैथिलीं समृद्धार्धो गमिष्याम्यष्टां सर्वरक्षसाम् गुरुवे सर्वलोकानां विश्वये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे शिवशक्त्या युक्तो यदि भवति शक्तः प्रभवितुं न चेदेवं देवो न खलु कुशलः स्पन्दितुमपि अतस्त्वामाराध्यां हरिहरविरिञ्चादिभिरपि प्रणन्तुं स्तोतुं वा कदमकृतपुण्यः प्रभवति Kala Bhairava is essentially a derived amsa or derived part of Lord Shiva. Kala Bhairava takes that amsa when Bringi, one of the Pramadaganas of Shiva, who is often depicted very weak, asked Shiva that he should be born as a very strong avataram or amsa of Shiva, and Shiva blessed Bringi that Shiva's amsa, a derived avataram of Shiva, will come from Shiva, and Bringi will be the primary Bringi's boon. The wish fulfilled by Shiva to Bringi will be the primary reason for the existence of this avataram. And that avataram is nothing but Kala Bhairava. The story of Kala Bhairava's genesis goes something like this. One day, Lord Brahma, used to have 5 heads initially. And Brahma thought, what is the difference between me and Shiva? Both of us have the 5 faces. If we go to the Yajamana Lingam in Kathmandu, you will see the Shiva Lingam has 5 faces. Sadyojata, Aghora, Tatpursha, Vamadeva, Ishana. These are the 5 faces, names of the 5 faces of Shiva, which control the Panchabhutas and from which the Panchakshari Mahamantram is born. Dhamma Shivaya has come from, each sound and akshara has come from one of the faces of Paramashiva. So Brahma turned to the Vedas that are in his hand, the 4 Vedas, and asked them whether he or Shiva, who amongst those two between them is superior. Vedas said undoubtedly Shiva. Then Brahma had a doubt that Rudra, an amsa of Shiva, is born from my eyebrows, in between the eyebrows. Then how come Sadashiva is mightier than me, was his doubt. And with this arrogance of Brahma, Brahma was moving around, and Shiva, sensing this is the right time to give birth to Kala Bhairava, fulfilling the boon given to Bringi, the third eye of Shiva gave birth to a very dark, blackish, blue shaded person who looked exactly like Shiva, but he was much more ferocious, much more angrier, and he had the radiance of infinite suns. And at that situation, Brahma closed his eyes. And when Brahma closed his eyes, Kala Bhairava, making Attahasam. Attahasam in Sanskrit essentially means laughing with a roar, very, very ferocious and scary laughter. When the Kala Bhairava laughed with the Attahasam, and he very gently plucked one of the heads of Brahma that was making him feel that is equivalent to Sadashiva. At this point, Brahma realized that his remaining four heads are also in the grave danger, and therefore immediately he turned to Sadashiva's Shakti, our Mother Divine, Lalita Mahatripur Sundari, and said, Mother, you have to protect me, and took shelter of his remaining four heads under her four hands. Now, this is the shlokam. This is the screenplay that has been captured. If I remember it right, the 70th shlokam of Saundarya Lahari, which basically goes on Mrinalim Mridvinam Tava Bhujalatanam Chatushranam. Mrinalim Mridvinam Tava Bhujalatanam Chatushranam, saying Mrinalim Mridvinam, the very soft, gentle hands of mother are the ones that are protecting Chaturbhi Shri Kantesh. I'm mixing up the shlokams. Mnali Mridvinam Taubajalutanam Chatushnam Chaturbhi Chaturbhi Saundaryam Sarasajabhav Sauti Vadane Nakebhya Santrasyan Pradamadaga Mandakaripo Chaturnam Sirshanam Samavahastarpana Diya. Essentially, the shlokam says, scared of the nails of Pradama Madana Andakaripo, the one who is the enemy of the death, Mahakala, the one who brought death to the god of death, Yama. Kala is Yama, Mahakala is Shiva. So the nails of Mahakala, the enemy of death, and Brahma is scared of those nails, and therefore he took shelter under mother's four arms, and Paramashiva, smiling at that gesture of mother's protective four hands, where she took over the protection of Brahma, Paramashiva asked Kala Bhairava to stop, and Kala Bhairava, who plucked the head of Brahma, given that Brahma is a Brahmin, the Brahma Hatya Patakam got stuck with Kala Bhairava. Now, Kala Bhairava roamed around the planets and the cosmos with the Brahma Kapalam stuck to the skull of Brahma, stuck to his hands. And when he went to Vaikuntapuram, the place where Vishnu and Mahalakshmi live together, they served him a special kind of amritam, an elixir, and they took blessings of Kala Bhairava, saying, where will we get such a great Atidhi guest? Atidhi in Sanskrit means the one who comes unannounced, and such great guest, feeding such great guests gives them great punyam, saying that Vishnu and Lakshmi fed Kala Bhairava with the great elixir, the payasam, Amrita payasam to Kala Bhairava. From Vaikuntham, it was Lord Mahavishnu who said, there is one place on the Vedabhumi Bharata which can get rid of any sin. And this one place is called Mahasmasanam, Varanasi or Mahakasi, the place between the two rivers Varana and Asi is called Varanasi, and that is also called Maha Smasanam, where death is celebrated. To that holy place, my dear Kala Bhairava, you go, and once you get into that place, this sin of Brahma Hatya Patakam will naturally get rid of. And Kala Bhairava, immediately following the guidance given by Mahavishnu and Lakshmi, approached and reached the Maha Smasana Nagaram, Varanasi, the holy place between the two rivers Varana and Asi, Asi Ghat and Varana Ghat. This is the place which is called Mahakasi or Mahasmasanam. The moment he was about to enter, that Sadashiva, the creator of Kala Bhairava, himself appeared there. And ste- as he took a step and a foot into the door of Mahakasi, the Kapalam, Brahma Kapalam fell down. And Shiva picked up that skull and put it in his garland. And then Kala Bhairava looked at the garland of skulls that Sadashiva has around his neck and asked, "My dear father, why do you have so many skulls?" Then Shiva smiled at Kala Bhairava and said, "This arrogance of Brahma is not the first time. There are many Brahmas who have come with the flowing time. Since Brahma does the creation job, in the word God, God, generate is done by Brahma, operate or sustenance is done by Vishnu, destruction or laya is done by Rudra. All these three Shaktis are my derived forces. Brahma, since is involved with generation, he always has the Rajogunam, which is represented by the red color, and therefore the shades of arrogance naturally comes to him in every life of Brahma. And when that happens, my Amsa of Kala Bhairava, which is taken by you, you come in every cycle and you pluck that additional head, the fifth head, to show that the rising arrogance, one, it is controlled, two, and as you reach Mahakasi, that skull which falls down, I want to respect the skull because it is an Amsa of mine which causes the generation of the universes, performing the duty that your mother Lalita Mahatripura Sundari and I Mahakameshwara continue to administer to maintain harmony across the cosmos. And you, my dear Kala Bhairava, you will be the gatekeeper of Varanasi starting today. Any devotee who wants to enter Kasi, you will see whether she or he is eligible to enter this Maha Punya Nagaram Varanasi or Kasi. And depending on their Purva Karmas, good and bad, punya and papas, you will let them enter this Kasi Nagaram. So starting today, you will be the Kotwal, the chief gatekeeper of Kasi, and you will protect the Kasi Nagaram in your Ashtabhairava Tattvam. You will be there in this Kasi in 8 forms. And whoever comes to Kasi has to take your darshan first, because since you are the gatekeeper, you are letting them in. Only after taking your darshan, if they come take my darshan, that darshan will be completed and that Kasi yatra will be considered complete if they take your darshan first and then come to me. Those devotees who come take your darshanam on Sunday, and that too a Kala Bhairava Jayanti that falls on a Sunday, is much more powerful. Those who come take your blessings and darshan on Kala Bhairava Jayanti in Varanasi, they never have to go through the fire gate at the hell or Narakam after they depart, leaving the Pancha Bhautika Sariram, the five elemental body, and therefore they will be blessed. My dear Kala Bhairava, whoever listens to this story of your birth will essentially start losing fear about death, fear about aging, fear about the effects of time. Kala Bhairava, whoever listens to this story as they depart from the body, depending on their papas or punyas, they will see the very ferocious form of Bhairava, which is what I will assume when the annihilation, the day of the final day or judgment day or the end of pralayam comes, the annihilation comes. Like in Lalita Sahasranamam, there's a namam called Unmesha Nimishotpanna Vipanna Bonavalihi. When mother Unmesha Nimishotpanna Vipanna Bonavalihi essentially means when mother is closing her eyes, that's when Shiva does the Tandavam. This is Pralaya Tandavam to cause the annihilation. And you, my dear Kalabhairava, will essentially absorb all the living beings on the annihilation day. And when mother opens her eye, that's when the generation happens. When she does not blink her eye, that's when the sustenance happens. When she closes or blinks her eye, that's when the destruction happens, justifying the actual meaning of Unmesha Nimshotpanna Vipanna Bonavalihi. This is the brief story of Kala Bhairava Jananam and the effect and punyam that one gets by visiting Kala Bhairava, followed by Kasi Vishwanatha and Visalakshi and other temples of Varanasi. Whoever listens to this story of Kala Bhairava Jayanti will essentially be blessed, and they don't have to undergo the punishment of Yamadandam. Therefore, even now when you go to the Kala Bhairava temple in Varanasi, they will use a stick to gently hit us on our back. So whoever gets hit by the Kala Bhairava Dandam will be protected from the Yamadandam. This is the order of Mahakala, whom we pray to in Ujjain Mahanagaram. Shiva is considered Mahakala, the one who can bring an end to the god of death, Yama himself. Yama is Kala, Shiva is Mahakala. This is a brief offering at the lotus feet of our divine parents celebrating the Kala Bhairav Jayanti today. Our Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya, looking at the great effect that Kala Bhairava can bring onto us, has composed the very powerful Kala Bhairava Astakam, which basically, when we chant every day, we are protected from all kinds of diseases, all kinds of Bhuta Preta Pisachas that continue to bother us in different capacities. And Vichitra Punyam, even no matter how many papas we commit, the moment we start chanting Kala Bhairava Astakam, we will be protected by removing the fear of death, by removing the fear of untimely death. And Kala Bhairava, who is very ferocious, will appear to us after we leave the body very peacefully with his vehicle, the dog, which chases the soul that ascends up from the body after one departs, after the soul departs from the body, depending of their papas and punyas. Now, Kala Bhairava's devotees, people who listen to Kala Bhairava Jananam and the birth of Kala Bhairava, are guarded, protected by Kala Bhairava by ensuring that these devotees continue to do the right karmas at the right time, therefore ensuring they respect time as god or goddess, and therefore they will continue to do the right things in the right time, accruing more and more punyas, and therefore diminishing their papas. This is the Kala Bhairava's effect on us. Continue to chant the Kala Bhairava name, Om Kala Bhairavaya Namaha, and listen to Kala Bhairavastakam. If you can chant, there is nothing like it. This is a brief attempt and offering at the Divine Parents' lotus feet. Take care. Sree Maathrey namaha. Stay blessed. Spread the bliss around. Mangalam Guru Shri Chandramaulishwarage Shakti Ganapati Sharadambiga Shankaracharyanige Kala Bhairavage ಕಾಳಿ ದುರ್ಗಿಗೆ ವೀರ ದುಯಿರ ಸೂರ ಹನುಮ ಮಾರುತಿ ಚರಣಗೆ ಮಂಗಳಂ ಗುರುಶ್ರೀ. Stay blessed. Sree Matre Namaha.